some quiet time. I just want you to make yourself comfortable. Try and relax just for a little while. While in today's video, I'm going to read to you, and maybe some of the words will resonate. I hope you're doing okay, and if you're struggling a little bit, I hope this will help. I appreciate that you're here. And just in these few minutes together, take this time for you. Nothing else needs to be looked at, worried about. Let's just take these moments. I'm going to read a chapter from the book One Woman versus Life. Getting your head around life. It covers a variety of topics like social anxiety, feeling judged, perhaps just struggling with life, choices, and it drills down more into perhaps certain subjects like exams, driving on motorways, eating in public, all of which I can relate to. It says on the reverse, just knowing you are not alone, I'll come in a little bit closer, can really help find you peace. I have felt that I don't fit in all of my life, do you? But I'm here to share and reassure you that it is okay and you're not alone. Do you struggle with day-to-day life? It can be so daunting, can't it? Just sometimes even answering the telephone. Do you feel awkward meeting new people or simply talking to people? You're not alone. Do you struggle with exams, motorways, eating in front of people? You're not alone. Do you panic at the thought of having to go to the loo when you're not at home? You're not alone. Do you feel like all eyes are on you and you're being judged? You're not alone. Simply, do you feel like you haven't got your handbook to life? Wow, me too. It says One Woman versus Life is a warm and approachable short read, like a handbook or a hand being held out by a friend who knows what you're going through. Drawn from my own experiences and the struggles of everyday situations that have either baffled me or are a minefield of anxiety or stress. Have you ever felt like you just don't get what everyone else seems to know and desperate to find the answers? The general feeling that you can't cope and that life is working on a different page to you. It's okay. Breathe. As I say, you're not alone. And please, stop punishing yourself. The book One Woman versus Life offers an insight with help and thought-provoking passages about everyday struggles, and it reads like friends chatting and sharing their feelings over a glass of something with openness and honesty on sensitive subjects to help you stop worrying and learn to accept you are okay as you are. If not, fantastic. Written with a light touch and on occasions tongue-in-cheek. If you suffer from negative thinking or simply need to feel you're not alone in life, with some helpful affirmations and tips, then One Woman versus Life will be a welcome companion to motivate you to be kind to yourself and embrace life today and all it offers. This cover is an older cover. The current one has, I think, a hedgehog just hiding. I think comes from the chapter Am I a Hedgehog? Shall we have the narrator on your shoulder? Can't be that difficult, can it? Let's have, if I may, read you the chapter Your Life's Treasure Hunt. With each day we face new obstacles or the same little gems that pop up their heads, each and every one forming and creating us. Daily things for me have been shyness, being too self-conscious, lack of confidence, to more major ones as the death of someone close and significant crossroads in your life when you have to deal with depression or divorce. But along the way, our journey of life, we are, with or without knowing, creating a map. And this map is really very helpful and special and unique to ourselves. There is a starting point, like you would get on a treasure hunt map, and then from then on it twists and turns. There are those obstacles to overcome to move us forward, and sometimes we are holding on to the map completely upside down. But on our treasure maps there is treasure buried along the way. Some of it we find easily and other gems get left behind, but we are able to go back to them. Some days we just want to screw up the map and just chuck it away. But keep it. You may not know it today, but it has all your answers. If you are heading towards something that is going to give you stress or worry, stop for a moment and have a look at your map. Remember the last time you felt that way, and how did you get through it, or simply what is the best way to get through it, often just a bit at a time. So when you face these large obstacles, don't run at them and hope for the best. We've seen those gladiator jumps where they run and jump and hope to get over the wall and end up like a cartoon character, splattered against it and dripping down to the floor. Break large obstacles down to smaller sizes and move around them if you have to, and come back to them later when you have the answer. Don't keep banging your head against the wall. After all, it hurts. And if someone else was doing it, you tell them to stop. Be kind to yourself and give yourself permission to use your map how you see fit. There will be undoubtedly times in your life, as there have been in mine, where I didn't see the lesson that I was being taught. And those days when you hear yourself saying, "Why me? Why me?" are those days when they just don't make any sense and leave an impression, a scar, from the hurt and the pain. But those times in our lives are where gems of treasure are buried deep and sit and wait for the time when we need to go back and dig up our experience to either help us or help those around us. There are some of our treasures on our maps. These are the treasures on our maps. Through our struggles, we grow. Track your life's journey and all its experiences, from a child to today, as I do. Remember your inner child. There may be points on your map that can be taken from one place and carried forward and help to solve or achieve something later on. There may be lessons on my map and your map that I didn't even recognize or still don't today, but are sitting waiting my arrival to unearth them, which will make sense of them. Maybe not why I had so many perms in the 80s, or why I thought pink satin leggings were the way to go, but answers hopefully nonetheless. Sometimes, through no fault of our own, we seem not to be in control of our destiny, but the good news is that we still have our faithful maps. We can't change perhaps what is happening, but if we look closer at the map and find a different route, look differently from a change of perspective at the map, it may give us back the control and direction that we need. As an event doesn't necessarily affect us, but how we deal with it does. Although when I was sitting on a staircase with a river running through my home, I couldn't help at the time see only the event. Water, water and more water. But through the months that followed and the loss of all my personal belongings, I unfolded my map and I took a good hard look. What could help me now? What gem had I not dug up before but needed now just to make sense of it all? And the two main gems for me at this point were that it was only personal possessions that I had lost, and that I have time to get more and time to take new photos, but this time I'll store them in a waterproof container. And secondly, it threw my whole daily routine up into the air, which initially was a task and stressful, but embracing change opens windows of opportunity to do something different where you may not have done so before, often down to habit or obligations. Also, this was a moment or a gem that I should bury now on my treasure map, which will help me in years to come. On one side of the coin, make sure insurance papers and receipts don't get damaged, but on the other side was to keep some perfume and lip gloss on the stairs if you're ever in a situation to be carried out by a fireman again. And there's an emoji smiley face, because I just don't think the air freshener was enough. I think that story relates back to when there was a flood in a home, and the first thing when sitting on the staircase to wait for the fireman was to actually spray air freshener, regardless of the mess and the flood. Was still conscious that I'd be judged of the cleanliness of the home. I don't know. And it goes on. So, armed with my companions, the child within, the narrator on my shoulder, this relates to the chapters in the book, and my faithful treasure map, you think that life would be easy. You think that we could deal with daily life, but the truth is that it's not easy or straightforward, but this is good. It is also bewildering and dumbfounding and just plain confusing a lot of the time. And for the most part, I feel like I'm on a different page to those around me. But I can only imagine the state I'd be in without my companions, and to recognise the importance and relevance that it's not supposed to make sense. That's how we learn. It's not going to be fair, but that's how we grow. And when the opportunities or tough days just lay ahead, we don't just react, but we stop and we look and we listen to what is new, and importantly also trust ourselves that we already have the answer. We just need to find it. It may not be the answer that someone else has, as they have their own map, but it will be the right answer for you at that time. So thank you for joining me. Yourself, and I hope you can join me